Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Tiffany Barnett, and I am going to be talking to you about self-advocacy, taking an active role in your healthcare. This is a subject that has affected not only me and people that I love dearly, but millions of adults across the entire United States. You see, 2 years ago, I had what I thought was a mole pop up on my face. The first doctor I approached with this issue ignored me and told me to treat it over the counter, but that it was no big deal and I could leave it alone if I wanted. A year ago, at my annual checkup, I pointed it out to my new doctor. Again, it was ignored. 2 months ago, I brought it up to yet another doctor, and he immediately gave me a referral. Within minutes of walking into the office for my dermatology appointment, I was already set up for a biopsy. Less than a week later, I had my result. It was cancer. Luckily for me, it was the best case scenario. Basal cell carcinoma is what they said. It's easy to treat, and it grows very slow. It doesn't spread very easily. So thankfully, I'm now cancer-free. Unfortunately, that's not the same story for everybody. Every year, more than 12 million Americans are affected by medical errors. This does not take into account the number of children that are affected. 54% of surveyed pediatricians report 1 to 2 medical errors a month. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that there are approximately 29,000 pediatricians practicing across the country. That's a lot of mistakes. And it also does not include physician's assistants, nurse practitioners, or specialists. It also doesn't include emergency situations. So how can you prevent these medical errors? The truth is, you can't. The only thing you can do is to take steps to protect yourself. The first and most important is to trust your instincts. You know your body better than anybody else in this world. If it's telling you something's wrong, listen to it. Even if it turns out that there's nothing wrong, it's not going to hurt you to get it checked out. Something like a cold could easily turn out to be the flu. Regular heartburn, had too much pizza last night. It could be an ulcer. It could be acid reflux, which causes permanent damage if it's left untreated. Keep in mind that medical mistakes are common. Millions of people every year. You can't be afraid to ask questions. If you think that what your doctor is telling you is wrong, say something. If you don't understand what they're telling you, ask. Don't be afraid to get a second opinion. Second opinions can save lives. I've seen it for myself, I've seen it for my family, I've seen it for my friends. And I'm sure that at least one of you knows somebody who has gone through something where it could have been prevented very easily just by going and getting another doctor or a specialist's opinion. And sometimes it's not even the doctor's fault. I mean, they see you every day, so if you've had something that's consistent and it hasn't been a problem so far, a fresh set of eyes on the situation could be really helpful. Be your own advocate. Nobody else is going to do it for you. There are a lot of misconceptions that keep people from doing this. It's my doctor. I should trust them. They went to school for this. They've got lots of experience. This is true, but doctors are human, and humans make mistakes. It's probably nothing. not going to happen to me. I'm not going to have anything serious. I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm in shape. But it could be something. Even something so small as a mole could turn out to be something very serious. If I ask for a second opinion, my doctor won't see me anymore. They're going to be offended. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to feel foolish. And what if my insurance isn't paid for it? If your doctor turns down the idea of a second opinion, they are not acting in your best interest. And most insurance companies have provisions just for that, because a lot of times a second opinion will come with cheaper treatment options. These medical errors, they can be fatal. This is just in fatalities. This is not counting other people who have suffered or have chronic illnesses because of a misdiagnosis or an incorrect diagnosis. This is just the deaths. More than 25% of these deaths are from errors in diagnosis. Improper performance, accidents in surgery, negligence, that kind of thing, is secondary. So think back to that headache, the sinus pain, pressure after you've eaten. Is it something you've experienced before and have been able to treat on your own and it goes away? Or is this something a little bit more serious? If it's more serious and it's not treated, is it going to cause a chronic issue that can't be treated, that can't be healed? As I mentioned with the acid reflux, that could cause permanent damage, and that is incredibly hard to treat. And ultimately, if something that is serious is left untreated, unnoticed, unacknowledged by your doctor, death. The worst possible outcome. So in conclusion, you are your best advocate. Don't be afraid to empower yourself. Follow your instincts, even if you think it's going to be embarrassing, even if you think your doctor's going to be upset. It's not worth it. It's better to get checked out and be fine than to know something was wrong, or even think something is wrong and have it be missed. You know your body better than anyone else. If you aren't being listened to, find somebody else. You never know. It could just save your life. Thank you.